Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Muhamad Sunandi Suryadina from class Y. Good morning everyone, how are you? I hope you are in a hard condition. At this meeting, the learning material is in the chapter 5, namely, do you how to apply for a job from book senior high class grade 12. The goal, which is called analyze the social functions, text structures, and elements a linear of a job application letter according to contract of use. And then the next it is charts the meaning in the text separate text job application. And the last it is edit the job application letter by paying attention social function, structure track, and elements of language right according to the context. So, from the title of the material, we will learn what you know about the material we will discuss at this meeting. The next, let's look at the main morphing diagram about the profession on the screen. Here, it is empty, there is nothing. So, I want you to form a group for group. Your job in group students only mention the tasks that must be done by each profession. Do you understand? Okay, thank you to each group that has been working on the filing the diagram that I have given. Let's discuss one by one. Group 1, the first group, about a secretary. That includes assisting their church, organizing meeting, keeping records, uploading legal document. Okay, thank you for group 1, your answer is very good. And then the next, the second group, about the engineers. Inside it includes developing a project specification, solving complex problems, recommending modification, and then testing the product. Oh, the group second also answer is very good. And then the next group, the third group, about librarians, that includes catalogs reference, classifying reference, maintaining material libraries, and circulating reference. Oh, it also very good answering for me. And then the last group, it is group boards about the methodologies, and then this is very hard. That includes producing weather reports, issuing weather warning, broadcasting weather forecasts, and then data analyzing. Oh, it's very perfect. Okay, thank you for all group, and then now we read the definitions, the application letter. Job application letters mean job application letter sent by job application to companies, workplaces that require this vacancy. The purpose of writing a job application letter is to get an interview opportunity. Therefore, to get interview calls, pay attention to the things needed in writing job application letter. And then the next, it is the structure of application letter, including the first deadline atau sama saja dengan tempat dan tanggal pembuatan surat. Dan di sini adalah bagian pertama dari struktur surat. And then the next, inside address, alamat tujuan alamat, kemanakah surat ini akan dikirim. And the next is salutation, greeting, salam pembuka. Opening paragraph pembuka. Body paragraph isi dari surat tersebut bermaksud apa dan bagaimana. Dan the next closing paragraph, paragraf penutup, and the last it is closing greeting, salam penutup. Maybe that's the structure of the application letter. So the application letter has two types, including the first type. His job application letter is accompanied by a curriculum vitae. In this way, the curriculum vitae in the body of the letter, because its contents include a combination. This method is also called a combined model. And then the next type, it is a cover letter separated from a curriculum vitae. In this way, the curriculum vitae is an appendix, and this method is called a separate model. So the next I will show the example. Then this is the example for a cover letter along with the statement of the structure. Okay, the first deadline. This is deadline Lilis Handayani and blah blah blah. This is deadline of application letter. And the next, Mr. Frank Patterson, personal manager. And then inside address. This is inside address structure of application letter to Jalan Raya Pandanan number 1 I6. This is inside address. And then salutation, dear Mr. Patterson. This is a salutation from the application letter. And then the next, I'm writing to you in response to your advertisement, blah 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 blah. And then this is opening paragraph of application letter. And then the next body paragraph start in my current position. In my current position, beginnings the local branch of a national. This is body paragraph of application letter. And then closing paragraph also thank you. This is a closing paragraph. And then the characteristic of closing paragraph, it is the vocabulary thank you for your time and considerations. This is a closing paragraph of application letter. And then the last closing greeting, sincerely Lilis Handayani. This is the closing greeting from the application letter. Next, the application letter also has a characteristic or vocabulary that is identical to characteristics that the cover letter. The words elements of the application letter include to avoid enclosed qualification in order to requirements, collegials, consideration, and be sorted. And this is the characteristic or vocabulary from the application letter. Maybe I also try and then read the grammar review and then passive voice. Read the following sentence. Observe the italics verbs. I'm particularly suited to this position. I'm insuited. I can also be recorded by email. The application letter is written by William Smith. The programmer position is advertised in the Times Unions, and their references are enclosed in the application letter. The application letter was sent 3 days ago. Several positions were offered in yesterday's local newspaper. That's a grammar review passive voice. Let's review the sentence here. Did you notice that in all the sentence you found the am, is, are, was, or were, and past participles property. The sentence are called passive voice. Study the following example to see how passive voice are formed from active ones. Active voice. She cleans the room every day, and then B passive voice, the room is cleaned every day. He is cleaning the rooms right now. The rooms are being cleaned right now. She cleaned the room yesterday afternoon. The rooms was cleaned yesterday afternoon, and the cleaning service was cleaning the room at 12 o'clock yesterday. He could not check in at 12 o'clock noon yesterday because the room was being cleaned. She has cleaned the room. The room been cleaned, and that's active voice to be passive voice. In the passive voice, the subject is suffered. Passive voice are usually used when the object does are not really important. Therefore, they might be erased from the sentence. In passive voice, the process is more important than the door. And so maybe so far I think enough for this the material for today. I will come back in the next time, but I will give the segment for the next week. For segment, carried out in groups with the same groups. Based on the job openings, I want to go to make a cover letter according to the information from those in the jobs openings letter. At the next meeting of each group forward and present the results of their work in each group, presenting by reading application letter, then mention the starter section or the application letter and present the result of the analysis for the sentence in the application letter. Maybe so far, if someone asks, you can contact me anytime. And then the learning material for this time I have enough. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.